Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Every so often I like to talk about the competent leader educational designation because there seems to be a lot of confusion about it, especially amongst new members. I didn't know very much about it when I was new. And I think a lot of new members don't really understand why I ask them each and every week, remember to bring this book with you. It weighs, I think, about 2 ounces, so it's not going to break your back when you bring it. And you never know, you might make progress towards your competent leader. But how do you do that? What is this competent leader? Well, like the competent communicator, there are 10 projects. That's pretty much the only thing that is similar to the competent communicators, that there are 10 projects. Projects in competent communicator, as you probably know, are made up of a speech. Projects in a competent leader are made up of what I call sub-projects. And you're wondering, what the hell is a sub-project? Well, I will tell you. There's 2 types. I call them the club roles and the meeting roles. Club roles are esoteric things like, say, chairing a speech contest, maybe throwing a party for the club, mentoring a new member. These are the club ones. When you start out, you should do what I call the meeting roles. And it's just what it says it is. The roles that you do during a meeting. Like being an evaluator, or being a Toastmaster, or being you're the general evaluator? Mm-hmm. Or being a general evaluator, thank you, I'd forgotten. And you're wondering, well, this competent leader thing is so complex. You're just telling me at the base of it, it's just a matter of getting credit for stuff you're doing anyway? Is that what you were wondering, Tana? Yeah, oh, of course, yeah, yes. That's what she was thinking. That's what you're all thinking, right? Yeah, nobody's denying that. Just getting credit for what you're doing anyway. Well, how do you get credit? Well, it's not like a speech where you have to prepare for all week and sweat about it until you come up here and you get it. You just come in here and you do the role. If you have your manual with you, you give it to the person who is the role evaluator for the week. You just find a sub-project for the particular role that you have. For example, project 1, there are sub-projects for A-counter, speech evaluator, grammarian, or table topic speaker. You give it to the person who is assigned as the role evaluator, and this week it happens to be me. At the end of the meeting, you just come and you collect your manual, and that's it. You're that much closer to being a competent leader. Now, some of these are kind of confusing, that even people who are advanced as our area director get confused about, because she is going to be the table topics master. And yes, there are places in here for the table topics master, but you opened up to the chapter that said table topic speaker. Now that's not any different. Table topic speaker, that's all you got to do is get up in table topics. And you could actually get credit for it. As long as you don't have any other role at that particular meeting that you're getting credit for. Is that too complex? You think that's too complex? In other words, you could only get credit for 1 role per meeting. Well, let's say you're not doing anything or you're not getting credit for anything that particular day. And then the table topics master comes up and says, okay, you're not doing anything, you come up here first. So you come up here, do your song and dance for about 1.5 minutes, which is about how much time Mr. Timey says I have. And at the end, you take your book, you give it to the role evaluator, and you're that much closer to you getting your competent leader. And you didn't even know that at the start of the meeting. Now there's something else in here. It's called getting credit for being a speaker. Well, I found out something very interesting that I think a lot of people who are even advanced don't realize, and that is you can get credit for speech and both your competent leader, both your competent communicator or any other manual you have to be working on, and your competent leader. That's the only way you can double dip. If you're going to speak and you need that particular sub-project, just give it to the role evaluator. You give your manual to your speech evaluator, and you actually get credit towards 2 educational designations. Boy, that is great. It doesn't get any better than that, does it? 2 designations. So it looks like I have spoken on the competent leader pretty much long enough, but if you just bear with me, one more thing I want to mention, and that is at the back of the book, where it says project completion record, it will say for each project how many sub-projects you need to do. For example, for project 1, you have 4 possible sub-projects: odd counter, speech evaluator, grammarian, or table topic speaker. You only need to complete 3, and you're all done. You don't have to go through and do the 4th. So that's all it is for the competent leader, and that's why I try to stress to everybody, bring the manual, make it a habit. Bring all the manuals that you are working on to each and every meeting that you will be going to. And now there is no credit that you get for being the role evaluator. But I didn't know I was going to be giving a speech when I came here. And I'm getting credit towards my competent communicator because I remember to take my book. See? I know it was so heavy it broke my back, but I like to get credit. Madam Toastmaster.